3.30.
This week, our special report asks, are we doing enough to help young offenders to become better citizens? Today, 3 out of 4 young offenders who are released from prison go on to commit another crime and return to prison. These statistics suggest that young offenders' prisons are failing. The government are carrying out a review of the system. They say they want to improve young offenders' access to education, but some people believe that the prisons are already too soft. They think that you should make an example of teenagers who break the law. They want harder and longer punishments. To talk to us about that, we have 17-year-old ex-offender Daniel Smith in the studio with us. Hello, Daniel.
Hello.
Daniel, you've recently been released from a young offenders' prison. What's it like inside?
Noisy. There's a lot of shouting and fighting. Fights happen every day and for silly little things. We're locked in our cells at 8:15 at night and we can watch television until 2 a.m. If we do something wrong, they take our television away.
I see. So, tell us about the opportunities for education.
We could choose from about 50 different subjects. Everything from music production to gardening to cooking. I did about 20 hours of lessons every week. You're paid for each lesson you go to, and then you can spend that money on sweets or phone calls.
You're paid to go to lessons?
Yeah. Nobody would go to lessons if we weren't paid. It isn't much, 40p a lesson. But I was motivated because I knew it would help me to get a job when I came out of prison. This woman came into the prison and gave us all this information about qualifications and jobs. I chose the lessons that would help me get a job. Basic subjects like English and maths. And then I did accounting and computer skills. I'm working now, and that makes a big difference.
How many of the other young offenders were as motivated as you to learn new skills?
Not many. A lot of them are happy the way they are and don't want to change.
Is it true that some young offenders like being in prison because they have a better life inside than outside?
Yeah, that's definitely true. One of my mates was homeless before he came into prison. He was worried about being released. In prison he got food and clean clothes and a warm cell. Outside he was living in a box on the street. The day he was released, he walked into the prison car park and smashed the windows on 5 cars in the car park. He was back there in a few days.
Well, that brings me to another point. The government want to improve conditions in young offenders' prisons, but some people say that this is wrong. They say that these are young people who have committed crimes and they should be punished. One prison guard said, they have education, they have a gym and television. It's like a holiday camp. What do you say to that?
But it's not a holiday camp. We can't see our friends or our family. Doors are locked. I don't want to go back there. If you want young people to change, you can't lock them in a cell and expect them to change. You have to educate them and make them believe that there is a better life in front of them. Simple as that.